Hello there, everyone, and welcome to True Crime and Justice. If this is your first time here, hello. Please come and join us in chat. We like to hear everyone's views and everyone's opinions. Today, I was told about this YouTube channel ages ago, and I kept forgetting. I didn't write it down, so I kept forgetting to check it out and all this stuff. Anyway, today I was looking for some videos about with Silvers on the Scene. Shout out to him. He does some good work. And I was going through his videos about where he's been searching when I came across this one video, and I went, oh God, that's the one I've been meaning to talk about. So I went on, found a channel, and I've downloaded the full video of hers. So we're going to listen to that one first. Then we're going to go to Silvers on the Scene. Then we're going to go back to her because she does a follow-up video, right, about where Silvers on the Scene went, where he was looking. Because he's seen that video of hers. I don't know if it was sent to him or what, but he's seeing it, and he thought, I've been there. I know where she's talking about. So in his video, he actually goes to this area. Now, if I'm wrong, I believe he's already drove past that area. Well, he has. He's already drove past that area at least twice, to my knowledge. Right? But he goes back to that area. And then after that, she does another video with her cards. Sometimes she does pictures, and then she'll use her cards. But this one is just the cards, the third video we're watching. And I'm thinking, I think I know what she's on about. And I think if Silver's on the Scene story, I think he knows what she was on about, because he actually goes to that area again, but further on. Goes past there to go further on down. But I feel sorry because because Sebastian, even, which I'd like to say, I hope and pray he comes back alive. I do. And that's why I say my saying is, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, because I've just got that gut feeling he's not. And when I get that feeling in my gut, and I'm getting it now, I don't believe he's coming back. Right? I'm getting that feeling right now, and it's like someone's pulling on a string in my stomach and tightening it. You know what I mean? And you can't breathe. So, and then you feel sick. That's the sort of feeling I get when something gets to me like this, where I go with my guts. If I go with my heart, yes, he's coming home. He's coming home. He's alive. He's coming home. He's going to walk out to these trees somewhere. He's going to be dropped off somewhere, be found, and come home. That's what my heart is saying. My gut is saying something totally different. So we're going to watch these videos tonight, and I find them really interesting. The first one we're going to watch is credit to, I can get back up there again, The Reckoning. Okay. Really good channel. The link to her channel is on the screen as well. please go over, subscribe up to her. It costs you nothing. She's really, really good. And to be honest with you, like, my title on the on my thumbnail was, what was it now? I can't remember. But it's like, we have not forgotten, or something like that. I can't remember what it was now. And oh. You know what? You know that feeling, don't you? It's like someone's got on you and tightening up your stomach, and it's nah. And I don't want that to be true. That's why I say prove me wrong, because I want it to be where Sebastian is found, and he is maybe not in the best condition, but he's alive, and with the help and care, he can get to have a normal life again with his father. So it's like that feeling I get in my gut. It's like, when I don't like heights, I really don't. It's like when I step on my step ladders. It's like I'm only two steps up on my little step ladders. It's not a big tall step ladder. It's just a little step ladder. I only have to go 1 or 2 steps up, and my legs are going like that. My stomach is tightening up, and I think, oh God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. And my heart's saying, you can do this, Angela. You're big enough now. You're not going to hurt yourself. And my gut is saying, I'm going to fall. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? So, and that's what my gut is telling me. He's not a lot with us no more. And I'm sorry to say that, Seth, if he ever gets to hear this. I'm sorry to say that. But please, someone prove me wrong. Find this lad and find him a well, so he can come home to his dad. I know it's going to be a while before he comes home to his dad, because they're not going to say, oh, Sebastian, you found your life. Yeah, go to your dad. They're not going to do that. They're not. They want to know why he left the home, why he's not got in contact with anyone, where was he in the 3 years. So, anyway, I hope you all, forget that for a minute, I hope you've all had a lovely day. I'll tell you something. I've sat here today, I'm here. I keep looking out the window going, I've got to cut my lawn. Got to cut my lawn. So hopefully tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'm going out there with the hover mower, which I don't like. My son has said when he finds he's got a lawnmower, but he can't find the box that goes on the back. He put it up in his loft, and now he can't find it. I'm going, well, it's got to be up there. Get your backside up in that loft and find that box. Because I like a lawnmower. I don't. Hover mowers to me, my gardens are hickety, up and down. And it's not easy to push a hover mower over something like that. My son goes, it's easy, hover mowers are. It just hovers over the... No, we don't fecking hover. I'm having to push it over the fecking mounds and down the dips and up the dips and all that lot. So that's what keeps putting me off cutting my lawn, because I'm having to use a hover mower. I'm tempted to see if my daughter's got, if I could borrow her lawnmower. I don't know if she's got one though. I don't know if she's got one, or if she uses her neighbour's one, which is her future father-in-law. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I've been looking up. I've been looking at mowers. Honestly, I have. And they said, but we won't be able to do it till around about September. I said, well, that's no fucking use to me then, is it? I've got to suffer this horror mower for the next God knows how many months. Folks, I just get your ass up in that loft and find that basket. Anyway, enough of me and my garden. We are going to... Hang on, oh gosh. Come off this one first. Go back to this. Right. And then I can share. Is it there? No, I haven't opened it yet. So as I said, we're going to watch the first one by The Reckoning. Okay. I think it's this one, yeah. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, this is it. So, my cats have been out all day today. I'm just been opening them because if I have my back door open in the morning, it's really cold in my living room. So I've decided to open my back bedroom window because then it's got the cold isn't coming directly into the living room. So the cat's going out through my bedroom window now. Well, I went to get them in about 7:15 because their curfew is 7 p.m, Toby. And he sat there on the grass looking at me going, I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in. So I went in the kitchen and got his treats. Bobby's going mental around my feet because he's already in. I walked in my bedroom, went to the window, and he's seen these treats, and I'm not joking, it's like he had a firework put up his backside. He was in. That's you in. So they got their treats for coming in. I said, you have 15 minutes extra tonight. So they was in at 7:15. Yeah, they don't cook. And I keep asking my son to lower the blade on it. Right? So I can get a shorter cut on it. And he says, I can't find the spanger, I'll have to find the spanger. I'm going, but it's not cutting my grass properly. It's like the dandelions. All it does is flattens them. It just goes over them and flattens them. It's that high. It needs to be lowered down. I said, it's not cutting the fucking dandelions. It's just hovering over them. So, yeah, give me a lawnmower, one I can push. God. My son goes, yeah, but they're heavier, Mum. I don't give a toss. They give a nicer cut because you can go up and you can come down. You can go up and then you get a nice cut on your grass. But the only problem is my first cut I've only, like, you know, when you stop cutting it at the end of September time, and then you start cutting it round about, round about March, you see? March. Yeah, round about March, end of March. That first cut up that one side of my garden, it's so boggy. It leaves the treads, the wheel treads in the grass. But after that, the first time, you go back like a week or 2 weeks later, it's dried it out and it doesn't happen. So it's just that first cut where it leaves the tread trail, the wheel mark. So, I've got to do it though. I really got to do my front garden. He said, by the time you do your front garden, your back garden, what are you doing again, Mum? I went, don't even go, Mum. Took me an hour and a half. He said, why is it taking you that long to do your back garden? I said, because it's a pain in the butt. Because I'm looking at my back garden, oh my God, I've missed a patch there. So I'm having to go back over it again. And then it's not cutting the dandelions down. So I'm going around, pulling them out myself. because they're not cutting the dandelions down. He doesn't realise he's got a smaller he's got a way smaller garden than me at the front, right? And on the back garden, a lot of it is slab, and he has got a grass area, but it's like on a bank. Ideal for their kids because they can ride the bikes in there, the scooters in there, they've got the trampoline in there. You know what I mean? Ideal. But he's only got those two little areas of grass. That one little area of his will take me, 10 minutes to do. His front garden will take me, 10, 15 minutes. No, not even 15 minutes, about 10 minutes to do. So, I'm just dreading having to do it. It's coming over tomorrow. I'm going to say, go and get that spanner. Get that fucking spanner and lower the blade on that, please, because I'm not cutting my grass until you've lowered the blades on it. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. But I want to do it before the weekend because otherwise my granddaughter's going to be, oh, can I cut the grass, Mum? Gran, she cut it last time. And I can see clumps of where she hasn't cut it. You know what I mean? And I'm meant to go over it again and I can be asked. So I want to do it while the kids are at school. And they've got Friday and Monday off this week. This week they've got Friday off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday they've got off. I'm going, what the fuck for now? Well, it's bank holiday on Monday. I said, yeah, but what's the Friday for? I will just skip a day, shall we? Because we're not in Monday, we won't have them on Friday. Fuck's sake. I should have gone to uni and become a teacher. Because I'm good with kids. I really am. Plus, I get all the holidays. Fucking hell. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous the amount of times kids have off school nowadays. They're at home more than they are at school. So let's get this shared with you. I've just got to do this. Put me up there. No, I'm going to put me up there. There or... Just go there. I'll go there. I'll go there. What is that? Why is that like that? Hold on, I've got to sort some out here. No. No. Is it that one then? No. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? No. What's going on? That's half screen. That's cover. What the heck is going on? Picture in picture. No, don't want that. That shouldn't be like that. No. I think I'm going to have to go with that one. For some reason it isn't. You know what I mean? Alright, let's see if going full screen, it'll help you see it better. It's not let me do it how I normally do it. Right. So on this one, she does some drawings as well as the cards. They do. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the amount of times I have. And then my son was going, they're on about shortening the Christmas down to, I think it was, or making Christmas 3 weeks and Easter 3 weeks. I went, what the fuck for? What the fuck for? I said, you don't even need a week at Easter. Easter is Good Friday, Saturday to Sunday, and the Monday. Boom, that's Easter. All the kids like is the chocolate. Right? They only need those 2 days off, the Friday and the Monday. Get them back to school. Summer holidays, be nice to have. How long about cutting the summer holidays down, I think, and adding them weeks to Easter and Christmas. As in Christmas, what? They don't need to break up for Christmas until at least what time? The 22nd of December, which is round about the time they do normally break up. 21st, 22nd of December. Then they can go back on the 27th for a week. Well, no, they can go back because they don't need to have a holiday over the New Year. The kids' New Year's doesn't mean anything to them. They're in bed. Right? So why do they need to have all that time off at Christmas? 3 weeks, get the fuck. I'm so glad I haven't got little kids anymore. And it's hard for children who are autistic because they don't like change. Right? So I think the less time they have at home, right, in the school year, the better. Keep them in school. That's their routine. School. Get up, go to school, come home. Get up, go to school, come home. They like that routine. But then you have a holiday and you've got like Easter, 2 weeks at the moment. And then my son and daughter-in-law, they have ham. You know what I mean? For the first few days with Ellis. Because he's been took out of his routine. And then when he goes back to school, his routine's been broken again because he's been used to having the time off. He's now back at school. So the first few days back at school, it's how. Yeah, the one about making Easter 3 weeks and I think Christmas 3 weeks. I don't mind summer. I like those 6 weeks at summer because as a child myself, my dad, like in the UK, I said to my son, I said, do you know why we used to break up in the July and not June like in Scotland? He said, why? I said, because of the car plants, right, like Rover and all that lot. And they used to have their holidays in July, round about the end of July time. And they had their 2 weeks holiday. So my dad, we packed the van up, we with the tent, everything, all 7 kids get in that van. We go off to North Wales, down to Abersock. We pitched the tent up. My dad would spend 2 weeks with us, with my mum and everything. And then he'd come back home with the van. So what we do in those 2 weeks is go out everywhere we could, like Pwllheli and Carnarvon and all them places, right? Then in the following not 4 weeks, 3 weeks, because we didn't go for the full 6 weeks because we had to come home and get school uniforms. So then we'd be away for another 3 weeks. My dad would come down on the weekend, on a Friday night, spend the night there. On the Saturday, we'd pack everything up, come back home. Right? And that was great. We wasn't stuck at home. We was on holiday, and everywhere we had to go then when my dad wasn't there was walking. We fucking walked. We'd walk down to the village, and from the village then to the beach. It's fucking miles. Miles. Not 3 miles. It's at least 3 miles to the village. Yeah, we in Scotland they break up in June, but they go back in August. Which I think August is normally one of the hottest time of the year is in August. So, but it does mean because we're up in Scotland and our schools break up in June, we get some holidays cheaper. Why? Because the prices don't hike up until around about July. So everyone goes away when the kids break up. They go away for those first couple of weeks then in June, and they're getting it cheaper. So you go to Haven or Butlins and everything like that, it's cheaper. But as soon as July comes, or in the middle of July, the prices, boom, they go up. So that's an advantage about having the holidays earlier up in Scotland. So, let's listen to this lady here. Hopefully, being full screen, I'll have no problems. If not, I'll have to go part screen again.
Hello, everyone. So I have an idea. I want to try and viewing for Sebastian, but I want to do it where I'm going to do a drawing, and then I want to see if I can, how do I explain this? I'm going to do a drawing based off of like the location from his house in which direction, okay? And then I want to see if the drawing that I come up with matches a photo of a location that would be the house. So essentially, I want to see if remote viewing can match up with a Google map picture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this isn't going to be a typical reading. So if you want to fast forward, I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to kind of like see what I can see in my third eye and then put it down on paper. This is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. And I'm going to
Don't worry. When
use
doing these drawings,
tarot as well to kind of see.
She does not talk while she's doing the drawing.
If I can get confirmations of the visuals that I'm receiving. Okay, again, this isn't going to be like a typical reading, so I'm not going to be talking as getting the information. Okay. This is going to be Sebastian's house, the leaving point. I don't know how this is significant, but I'm getting like a loop around before going a certain way.
Just chair creaks too much now after everyone's been sitting. As I say, she doesn't talk while she's doing these drawings. Because when I was watching, I thought, has that froze on me? Has it froze? I kept thinking, has the sound gone on it or something? But no, she doesn't talk when she's doing the drawings. But she will explain it all when she's finished it, before using the cards. But I'll also show you on the where Sylvia's is. But please, if you haven't already, please go over and subscribe to this channel. She covers a lot of different cases.
So here I have, where's the other deck? Here I have his house, but I'm getting something about like going in a circle, like not just leaving and getting right to it. It's like there's some significance in circling the house or making it look like I'm going in a different direction than I am when he left for work. So the stepdad.
That's why I'm letting it run, this video run, because she comes up, it's really, really good, this is.
So is this saying that Sebastian was with him when he left for work? Unnatural causes. the dominoes had already fell. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting like it feels like a significant distance between the house and where this is. It feels like this that I'm seeing is somewhere right off of a highway. I have highway within a half mile of this location. Is that fair to say? Highway, plot twist, government in reverse. Plot twist has seen 5. 5 represents change. I said a good distance away.
That's better.
So maybe not as far away as I was thinking. So I was thinking at least a half hour. So is it fair to say this that I'm seeing and this X is what I believe to be Sebastian's body?
Thank you, Anne.
Is it fair to say that this is less than 30 minutes away from the house? Less than 30 minutes away from the house. War. So yeah. Okay. The burial grounds, I guess you could say. Okay, so closer than I thought. So that makes it more difficult because if this was on the way to the job, it would have had to be in the direction of the job. But if it's closer, this roundabout thing, maybe I go this way and then I circle back to go towards work. Okay. So this is within 30 minutes. Is it fair to say that there's a highway within a half mile of this?
When you look at the map, I'll show you afterwards. And before we go into Silvers.
Fired. It had to be somewhere he could get to quick so he could still get to work on time. Is that fair to say? Premeditated in reverse. I didn't think this through. I can't be late for work. Warehouse or a shipping container or a trailer. It's like a long structure that feels like almost like across a field of some kind or like across a lot of brown, sandy, dusty ground here. So in between where his body is, that I believe it is, there's like space or a field and then a structure here. What can we know about this structure? Blackmail in reverse, final ending. So this isn't anything that's active. It's not like a work remote location or something.
No,
There's nobody in this structure. Okay, so it can either be abandoned or just inactive. And then this, some kind of bathroom or storage that seems to be very close to where he's at. Is that fair to say? Hired in reverse, so that would be the fired card. What did the fire card come out for? Didn't want to be late for work.
He said he was fired, didn't he?
Hired.
His job was up in the air. Well, we know his job was up in the air.
So fired, didn't learn. Okay, so this is not a bathroom or storage. What is it? Freedom in reverse. A trap? So I thought it was a building that was a structure or storage, but it's a trap. So it's not a bathroom, and it's not storage. You're not going in there, and you're not putting anything in there. It's a trap. I have no idea what that could possibly mean. Oh, trapping water. Something that holds water. Oh, so I put this, but I put it's not a water tower. I put like a water tower, but not literally a water tower.
It's like a retention pond. Traps the water, doesn't it? A retention pond holds excess.
Something's like a water tower, but not literally a water tower. It has water. Oh, some kind of fountain. It's not a bathroom. It's not storage. Trapped water. Does this square have anything to do with this circle? Ritual. So they work together. So I'm wondering if this is some kind of motor or block or something that goes towards this. Maybe it literally is a water tower or something like a water tower. There's two structures here that have something to do with each other and something to do with water, trapped water. Oh, trapped water. I wonder if it's like a sewage or a drainage or something. It drains into here and filters into there. Breakup in reverse. So they are connected. This is connected to this, and he's right near it. It's like a dam.
My baby's fast asleep. It's tiring being outside all day.
I feel right. Is it a dam?
I thought dam.
Mask one. So no. Issues. So no. And then I'm getting something about a body of water that's kind of like a stream. Oh, so this has something to do with water. Almost like I wonder if this water is filtering in through this and going to here. It's like some kind of... Am I on the right track?
If anything, that little square thing by
gaslighting
like
and control. Puppet on a string. Am I on the right track? Yes, that's the information being fed.
The stream.
So what importance does this have? Secret, runaway in reverse, secret trap. Somewhere where he should be able to easily stay hidden.
She is good.
So trapped water could be a drainage type thing, like a
retention pond, and then you've got the drainage
going from drainage drainage filtration system.
Yeah, you think about up by there.
This is not
you got them retention ponds. and you've got the drainage, so that when it fills up too much, it goes down the drain. So
I'm wondering if this is like an abandoned work site. Brown, dusty, and sandy ground. Somewhere where it wasn't premeditated, so I didn't have this planned out, but I have a way to fit something I know about into my plan in the heat of the moment. Is it an abandoned work site that he was aware of? Pattern repetition. I go to what I know.
yeah, you need to know about all these work sites, wouldn't you, Chris Wood? Being down that way where he works and giving away the area.
If Sebastian, oh wait, what else did I say? Something about a blue tarp. Does the blue tarp have any significance? I wrote it over here.
Blue tarp is probably what they're putting in
There. Does the blue tarp have any significance?
It won't know until it's found.
Male debt.
Was she like gambling of a debt problem?
Blue tarp, a male calculating decisions. Truth in reverse.
It's not true. Truth in reverse.
Male calculating choices, a reversal of the truth. Oh, a female flips. Now I'm calculating the appropriate, a female flips and I'm calculating the appropriate lie. Is it fair to say that this is not a work site, but somewhere that she gave him the suggestion to go to because she knew it would stay hidden or concealed? Meeting, a conversation between them.
Yeah.
If Sebastian could give us 3 cards about what I drew here, what would he give us? Trash in reverse. So not at a landfill. So this is not a landfill, which I wasn't thinking, but okay. Thief, I was stolen. I didn't leave on my own, I was stolen. I was taken. Boat in reverse, so not in the water, near something that has to do with water. Could I have a confirmation from Sebastian if this X in relation to these things, this, the highway and the water, can I have a confirmation if this X is in an accurate position and these are accurate markers that are around it? Like a very direct confirmation from Sebastian if that's the case. Burial in reverse. Oh, that's where you can dig me up at. Is that the message? That's where you can dig me up at? Corrupted media source. This looks like the like the interview standoffish energy. That's where you can find me. Because if not, you're going off of lies that are coming from the mom and the stepdad that are not going to help find organized crime yet, because they're on the same.
Yeah.
They're both
We know that
lying
line.
together.
They're throwing out every distraction going. That's why I'm not worried about where their van has been.
Can I have a card that would be a description of Sebastian's energy? Like you'd look at it and be like, okay, I can see that card. If this is where the body is, there's markers that are similar to these, and that there's brown, dusty, sandy grass or ground. There's a highway within a half mile and a body of water that's stream-like to the side. If all of that is an accurate place that we could dig up Sebastian's remains using this picture, like if I put in this picture, am I going to be able to, that correlates to it in Google, that will be able to be where Sebastian could be found? If that is the case, can I have a super direct confirmation from Sebastian? Bioweapon.
That one threw me.
I don't know how that's there. I feel like I can see how that would be pointing towards like the mother knowing more. I can't take that as a confirmation. I'm not all the way sure what it means. What it can either have a confirmation of that or a further confirmation, Angel's ancestors. So him giving the message of bioweapon. What am I missing about bioweapon? Propaganda, fake news. Bioweapon propaganda. Three cards to make this make sense, because now I'm confused. Struggle in reverse. Woods forest in reverse. In reverse. All the pieces coming together, coming out of the woods. Bioweapon. Is it fair to say that the mom snapped?
I must admit, that bioweapon got me as well. I don't understand that bioweapon. I'm just going to check some while I'm here.
Exposed. Is it fair to say mom snapped? Exposed. Is it fair to say that the mom knows exactly where Sebastian is right now? Is that what this is? Stranger. I feel like this is a location that's like either no longer in use, or it's like I don't know, it's like right on the outskirts of something that I want to say combines power and water with some kind of filtering.
Right, I've just pulled up what does the bioweapon card mean?
It's almost like
Loads about
it's
bioweapons.
ground that
Uh,
is highly unlikely to be
biological
disturbed for a
weapons.
long period of time.
Unveiling
Secret weapon
invisible,
home.
unveiling the invisible
That's how they're
threat.
staying home. It's somewhere where they feel like he's not able to be found. Hold on.
Oh, let's go back. I think that's finished. Yeah. When I typed in what does the bioweapon card mean,
Silver's on this. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Some blood. Trying to get a little sympathy.
Stop. So the biological weapons card says unveiling the invisible threat. So I don't know, that one just did throw me. But that's what she did. That was the first thing. Right? Now we'll watch Silver's on the scene, but I want to fast forward just a little bit. Oh. Right, he talks about her, but then he goes to an area right. Go back. Go back. Right. We'll start from here. Now, you remember she had like an old, like an empty warehouse or a container, and then she had that big circle at the bottom where it was connected to the every little square building, the every square thing where the body is. Now, I think that little square area is like a retention pond, and the circle is a piping that goes from the retention pond down to the river. So we're going to watch this. Let's just shoot that again. And we'll go full screen again for this. Right. Because this is interesting as well. This coincides with what she just showed us.
Make my way. Ooh, there's all kinds of stuff.
Hope you can hear okay.
I'm going straight through, right? It's on the ground.
Sometimes I will laugh, ha ha, or that camera across, ha. Just know I love the fun, and I keep it as lighthearted as I can. But a lot of those laughs are the mocks. I'm mocking. He laughs at this entire situation.
She's good, isn't she?
Is completely inappropriate. So
now he's at an area.
That's more of a mockery than me actually laughing.
It's got all those indicators on it.
Getting that little dig there.
As I said, it's drove past this area
steps on this, and I wouldn't be laughing.
At least twice before.
allegedly, in my opinion.
At least twice before he's drove
I
past
don't know
this
about these
area.
rock piles. You know, when I was in Hendersonville, there were some mulch piles. Right? You start thinking. You start thinking, right? Move these around. Dirt. Let's check these dirt piles over here. Let's check these dirt piles. Some beat up asphalt. We did a search over at a park here nearby. I would come across dirt like this.
What annoys me though is this area that I don't believe has been searched. Right now he's done a couple of other videos and I don't think this area has been searched. Why? Because this is down by Horn Lake. By the in between the two RV parks. You got Easy Days and you got Yogi Bear. This area is just at the back end of Yogi Bear. And you can get there by car. You drive past it. Right? Easy Days, not so easy to get there by car. But it is if you go around the main the roadway, like as though you're going to. So if you leave Easy Days and go towards Yogi Bear and round that way, then you can get to it. But I've checked on the map and every way from Easy Days is like dead-ended. So it means carrying the buggy quite a distance, if that was the case. So, and there was no confirmation that CP had been at Easy Days. He'd done a video on it, and it says no confirmation of him being at Easy Days. Well, we knew he wasn't at Easy Days after Sebastian went missing, because people had seen their car, because it used to have one of them big magnetic picture things on the side of the car for Sebastian. But then she took it off. Thank you, Katie. Love you. Right? So everyone knew where they was staying after he went missing. When they went down at the end of March, around about the 23rd of March, he went back to work. Even though his job was up in the fucking air. He went back down there. And I was right in saying that because I watched all his videos again today. And in the one that I have got, and I'm going to play for him the other night, is where he's looking around that dilapidated house. And he tells you there at the end how the police came. And the police didn't even know Sebastian was missing. But they do now. Even though, as he said, CP spent, 90% of his time down there. Katie spent a few weeks down there. They not one of them went and reported him to the local police down there that their son was missing. Have you got a flyer? No, can I leave a flyer with you? They didn't go to any of the shops around there putting flyers out. Nothing. So that's how much she cares about her son. Being as she said, she went down there to be with her husband because he was going back to work, and Sebastian could be anywhere. Get a life, KP. Oh, sorry, forgot that. You have, haven't you? You've moved on.
It makes you wonder. It's kind of more out in the open. You see, it's here. More out in the open.
See how close it is to this road?
Okay, I'm gonna cross the street. You know that camera across the street? I'm gonna cross the street and more to come.
Okay, so we're going to come right back to that in just a second, but before we do, let's click right here. And as you know, as you already know, love to show overheads. This gives you an idea. Now, this X marks the spot. You can see the corner of the road. I'll go back to my video in just a moment.
That he just was there.
That's where I'm walking 12 days ago. 12 days ago. I'm walking right here. So let's throw up this.
I was
Now,
thinking
of
the
course,
same when you
it's
said
not
this.
perfect, right? How could it be? But folks, let's start with an unoccupied warehouse. This thing has grabbed my attention from the moment I drove down Nell Road. Nell Road hits Highway 51, turn left, RV. Pull out of RV, go right. I'm not from there. I don't know if that's east, west, left. But you turn right, drive down to Auto Parts Store, which is Nell Road. Turn right again, 1 mile. This warehouse is massive. You'll see when we go back to the video.
It's massive.
And it's unoccupied. I actually searched behind it. I looked for cameras. There are no cameras. No one has taken the building at this point. So we know it's new construction. Creek. Body of water. Creek. Highway is Highway 55. Highway. Half a mile. Then here. Water. What you have right here is a drainage. It's drainage. Anytime you build a structure like this, you need runoff, you need drainage. This is where the water drains underneath the road. You saw the circular pipes. Those are what go underneath. And I'm no construction person, but that's what goes underneath to transport that runoff. Circle drainage right here. And she's Xing. And where she's Xing, as you compare it to her, there's not one but four. 2 dirt piles, 1 asphalt pile, and 2 gravel piles. Now, why is all that there? I believe you can actually Google. You can drop down on Google. I'm not going to do it in this video, but if you drop down on Google, it'll show you June 2022, and this is all flat land, the dusty sand. But it's been built now. I don't know when it was finished. No one's occupying it, so she will say, you'll hear her, watch her video, inactive. But I believe they left those circular drainage pipes, cement pipes there, as well as some of this other stuff. But the question lies, I've always wondered, I mentioned Latimer Park. That's the park where people went looking and they would find dirt mounds, and we all have seen dirt mounds on many different videos. Could you remove the dirt that's sitting on normal ground, place someone in it, and then cover them back up? For cars that go by, that mound's been there for years. Same with the Mary's Magical Playground that has Mary's Magical Place that has that dirt mound there. So it's time to start digging. All right, so take a look. Warehouse, freeway, water. Is this the spot? Is this house actually the abandoned house? So let's watch my video this time. I don't want to put you through that, but let's look. You immediately see the warehouse right here. It's massive. So let's go.
See if I can.
We're going to stop here. Notice the pipes. Is this the circular part? It carries water. Okay. You go on further.
Make my way. Ooh, that's
Mounds.
down. I'm going.
2 gravel mounds. Have they really been there for 6 months, a year, whenever they finish this construction? Because in 2022, June, 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, it was flat. So I'm sure it took them a few years to build it. Okay. Is there anything underneath there? You get up here, and this becomes really suspect. Did they have to bang up the road and put some of this down? Asphalt. Here, you have these dirt mounds. People, is this the spot? I was there. No shovel. I have one now. And as you see, we turn around, and when we turn around, you can see where the streets meet. Okay, right here. You can see here, I thought I had actually videoed this drainage going under this road, but I didn't. There are the pipes. And I believe if we come back around, look how big, folks. It's huge. And it's inactive. No one is occupying that warehouse at this time. And if you stand at this corner, if you stand here in this area, where that car's going, it's headed straight to the RV through those woods.
Yeah.
If you walk through those woods, you'll get here. Let's walk. Let's look. RV, walk through the woods. Look, if you're at this
You can
RV
walk
and
through
you
the woods as well.
trample through the woods, you can in here.
Like a little pathway, I'll show you on
Or
the
you can
map.
simply drive your vehicle, allegedly in my opinion, right here and do your business. So, what do you think? Let me know. And with all this being shown, dig. It's time to dig. I hope this makes sense. Please watch The Reckoning. Pull her back up. The Reckoning Company. I think she does a great job of, that she's actually doing.
Yeah,
She's
brilliant job there.
She's,
I know I'm
doing
going
the
back
way
like nearly 2 years,
So,
18 months,
let me know.
2 years. But
Okay, I hope you liked that video. Hope it got you thinking. Is this a good lead? Could he?
right, so let's just go. Right, so you've got that. Now I'm going to, hold on, just take this off. And I'm going to open up my Google Earth. Does anyone remember when he spoke about this guy who contacted him? He calls him the tipster, right? And this guy contacted him, stating that he was at Walmart, and while he was walking around, a lad came up to him and was just talking to him in general. And then all of a sudden, because this guy had noticed this group of lads down the far end of this aisle by the checkouts, right? And all of a sudden, he heard someone shouting the name Sebastian. So this lad turns and goes back down. He also hears the name Proudfoot. Well, at the time, this guy did not know about Sebastian being missing again. This was in Cleveland, Tennessee. And they didn't know he was missing. He went in there and he had a look on their boards, and Sebastian wasn't even up on their missing boards. Because at the time, they did not know Sebastian was missing. So he phones the law enforcement down there, and they've come out and they've did what they had to do. You know what I mean? But I've got that video as well saved, and we're going to be watching that as well. But it helped me with my maps, because I've now put that up on my maps. Oh, let me go. Right, area of interest. Right, I'm going to put there. Can all this keeps doing this for? I keep changing it. Right, this is the area of interest. This is where, on that video, we've just seen the two videos where these things are marked out, right? Per area of interest. And I've just put it under Horn Lake. Right, there's the warehouse. Now, see this thing now. I'm wondering, was she seeing that? Was she seeing this empty warehouse first, and then she saw that? Right? I don't know, but this is where Silver's was there. That's the empty warehouse. We're going to go down. All right? And we're going to go to that corner where he went. There's that warehouse. It's massive. Look at the size of it. And this was in, it's saying data attribution 2025. Yeah, imagery from the dates March 2025. So this is from last year, right? But I think it may have been 24, 22. I think I've got the data, right? That's the big warehouse. This is, I've just got to pull up a bit. No, going in. Come on. Right, so that's that big warehouse. This is where Silver's was over here. Because since we've seen it, it's all filled, all sorted out, this area. But this area's still been left open. And it was over here somewhere that you got the drainage thing. All right. Oh no, those two, that little square building she was on about, that could be that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you've seen, you know. Oh, I'll share it with you. Sorry. I'm bad at that, aren't I? Right. I'll show you again. I'll go full screen with it now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do that. and then go full screen. Right, so as you can see, this is the area where he was here. As you could see, this, I think it was that word. Oh, no, so not that road, this road. You could see this road where he was. Now, this road here, look at Yogi Bear Park, right? He's drove up several times. Oh, God. And around here. And I'm thinking, is it there or was it here? Could it be this area here that was on about? Yeah, I think it was this area. Sorry. But if it's this area, or even this area, right, they can get here, or let me just come out, babe. Don't want to go too far out because I want to be able to show you what you can see. Oh, look. For dry bed river thing. Right, I can overflow for water. It's like, and it goes down to the road. But look where it takes you. Oh, dear me. Boom. Right at Yogi Bear Park. So he didn't have to drive there. Or he could have got someone who was driving there to drop him here. He's then there, right, to pick up his truck to go to work. And they're the ones that have come along here. I'm going to alter that. I'm going to have to alter that. That's going to do my head in otherwise. I marked it in the wrong place. There, I put it there. Right. But, you know what I mean? There is dirt. Even here is still gravel and dirt and whatever. Even though now I think it's more. But I know he's come down this road several times in his searches. Several times. He's drove past this area. He's drove past this warehouse. These two buildings here could be that square thing she's on about. However, where's the lake? We'll find the lake, shall we? You got there, you got this road here. Nile Wood. There's a lake somewhere. There's that area there. And there's this area here. That's it. There's a creek. There's Horn Lake Creek. It's just like she's got it on the opposite side, the wrong sides. If she was to move the river over on her drawing, if she was to put the drawing and move that river area to the other side of the paper and the house to the other side, then this would be the place. This would definitely be the place. It's just that the lake is like, she's got like that at the top, then little square building and bastion across there, and then she's lake here. The only thing she's got in the right place is this, right? And then the house is over here somewhere. We know I think if this is the area she's on about, the derelict house. Now, if the derelict house was over this way somewhere, and this river, the stream, that way, then I guess she's got it correct, dead on. Hi, Kylie. Kansas Park. Yeah, I can do that for you. Kansas Park, City, Kansas. Parkway Street, Clay Center, Kansas. Parker, Kansas, USA. They're not coming up with Kansas Park. They've just got Park City, Kansas. Take us to there, see what that is. Oh. Okay. Applies for containers. It looks like a place for containers. Looks like there's some work doing on it. It's probably been all done and finished by now. Because it's just sorting out the gate. This is back in 24. Is that any use to you, Kylie? Is that in Memphis? I don't know. No, it's in Kansas. So what I'll do is I'll type in Kansas Park, Memphis. If there is. Kansas Street. No, there isn't a Kansas Park. It's just Kansas Street, Memphis. But this is in. I don't know. Is it? Park City by Wichita, Andover. Okay, that's Kansas. So what's this? Got Manhattan, Wichita. See, there's Kansas City, Missouri. So what is this? This is not really what place it is. It's just saying Park City. Kansas. Yes, Kansas. Yeah, it's in Kansas. And Riley, I don't know if you caught the beginning of this live, but if you haven't, I'll put the link in the description anyway. Well, hold on, her link is here. Right. The Reckoning Code. She does the drawings as well as works with the cards. And I'm not joking. She was spot on. Literally, if the house being on the other side to her drawings and the river being on the other side to her drawings, then she'd be spot on for this area. And I'll show you that area again. Yeah. Because she mentioned a bit like an empty container or an empty building not in use. That is not in use, that warehouse. And then she mentioned, like, on her drawing, she had it like where she got warehouse there, and then this area here, right, is where she got a cross, which is where Sebastian allegedly was, and then a little square building, then a circular thing, which we put down to drainage, right, and then the river, this side, right, but she's also got a house on this side. Now, said if she'd had the house on that side, this area would have been spot on. If the river had been on this side, and the house had been on this side, spot on. Because that is interesting. Not that I could see. I remember someone kept telling me about her, and I never wrote her name down. And then today I was just on here going through Silver's videos, right? Because I wanted to look at areas of interest. And I know he's done a lot of on the ground, boots on the ground thing of in the areas of interest. And I was watching this one and she come up on it. So I went to her channel and found her channel, clicked on the video and watched it all. Because he only showed a short clip of it. And I thought, oh my, this is the woman everyone's been telling me to watch. So I downloaded that video. But she's also done another one then. After that video of Silver's on the Scene just done, she does another one, which we're going to watch. I always thought that white building she drew. Right, yeah. It's like on her map, on her drawing, she's got, hold on, let's take this off. Let's go Abby. Right, she's got here, little square and a circle, right? And then over here, she's got the highway in the right place. Over here, she's got like water, a stream or creek or whatever. Then over here, she's got like a house. Now, I know for a fact the house here in this area is here. So if the house had been on this side and the river had been on this side, because this is where the creek is, round here, well, she'd have been spot on in her drawings. But I have got several videos of him going to this derelict house. But the one I wanted to watch, which we can watch another night on that, is where they go, is with this other person, and Silver's on the scene too. Right, and they're going around that day. That's, you remember CP said, oh, and by the way, Silvers, I was the one who called the cops on you. Remember? And then when they're doing all that work in the cemetery, I think they hit a nerve there. They hit a nerve when they was looking at the cemetery. Right? And he said, I was the one who phoned the cops on you. Well, thanks, CP. Because you phoned the cops on him, they then got to know about your stepson being missing. Because even though you spent like 90% of your time up in that area, you did not once go to law enforcement. Before Silvers went to that derelict house, you and that piece of ish of a wife did not once go to law enforcement and tell them about your stepson or son being missing. Didn't give them a flyer. They knew feck all about him being missing. But, oh, Katie said she went back to work with you because Sebastian could be anywhere. Well, it does help, Katie, if you tell people about your son being missing. And I was going to say get a life. You know what I mean? But, oh, I forgot. She got a life, hasn't she? She's moved on. Right? They could fall down a great big pothole and I wouldn't blink. It wouldn't bother me. It would not faze me. I wouldn't go, oh my God, is that what really happened? I go, really? Okay, what's next? I don't care about Katie and I don't care about CP because every time they open their mouths, it's BS. Total BS coming out of it. That's why I'm not interested in where that van is being. To me, they are driving that van all the way around. And I'll tell you what else as well. Alright, let's come right out of this. Right? Come right out. Because I want setting off. They have gone everywhere. From this side to this side. From here to there. From there. All over. All over. It's a distraction, everyone. Go back to what you was looking at before because something, obviously not anything I put up because I haven't covered the case for a couple of weeks. But others have. So there's something being said or something being looked at for this to be thrown out there. Oh, they've moved house. We know they're not living in that house. We've known for fucking months. Because there's a junkie living in that house. Or house watching. Whatever you want to call it. He may not be staying there. He may just be going in and checking on the house now and again. Parking his truck. His nice red or maroon truck. Pity it wasn't a white truck. Good Christ, he'd be well in the frame if it was a white truck, wouldn't you? You little junky little arse. Right, I haven't got the time for people who use drugs. I really haven't. Not illicit drugs, anyway. If you've been given medication from your doctor for whatever reason, then fine. But when you're purposely going out and spending money on drugs that can kill you, rather than spend it on your family, your children, then to me, you're a waste of space. Hi, Couponing. Right? There is a reason they're not staying in that house, yes. And I feel sorry because Sebastian, his budget has been moved and moved and moved and moved. Now, they must have him in something to move him. Because it's not going to be easy to move a body, constantly move a body. Not when it's in the... Well, it would be now because it's big booms. But at the beginning, nah, not so easy because the state of decomp, yeah. So, is he back around that house? Is he under the house now? Have they buried him under the house? Is he in the loft? Is he in a container in the loft? Because he's been moved. They keep moving. This is why, if you watch a lot of the psychics and mediums now, they don't mention anywhere where he could be. They don't want to mention where he could be. Because they know if they do, this lot are watching. And this lot will report back to shitface. And they're moving. Or they're getting close. Okay, we best move him then. So they don't want that no more. So it's a shame. If there is man enough and woman enough and big enough, they would come out and say, okay, I hold my hands up. Right? So this was planned. I know people are saying CP could just be covering up for her. Something went wrong and he's had to come home on the Sunday and do a cover up for her. No. He was there. He was up in Tennessee on Sunday. So, we are going to go. Oh, that was it. Let's just shut that window down. I'll open up my YouTube again because I wanted to watch that other video then of the reckoning. Doing a follow-up on the video with like Silverstone. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh no. Sorry. I'm just trying to find it in my downloads because I have watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos today, and they're all between 20 minutes and what's the longest one? 1 hour 18 minutes. I've literally been glued to my laptop today from once I logged in at about 12 o'clock today. I've watching them. So, where is it? Not that one. Now, this is the reading of the video that Silver's done. Right, she's got Sebastian Rogers reading on Silver's on the Scene. Hold on. Let me share it with you. I've got to take that off. And then let's put this back up. I didn't put Silver's on. Sorry, Silver's on the Scene. I forgot to put your name and credit you. The last video we watched was credit to Silver's on the Scene. His boots on the ground. Please go over. Here's his link. I'll put it up here now. There's his link. If you haven't already, please go over and subscribe to his channel. Well, any spare time he has, when he's not doing his normal 9 to 5 job or whatever it is he does, he's out there looking for anything to do with Sebastian. So there's his link on the screen. Now, we're going back to this YouTuber because she does a follow-up on that video with Silver's on the Scene. And she's using her cards. Oh, God. I don't like this doing that for long. I have to keep changing it to this. Right, and then go full screen. And then go full screen on this. Right, so in this one she uses the cards. And again, it's really, really interesting. Did I make any notes? No, I didn't make any notes on this one. So,
hello everybody, sorry for the delay in getting to this video. I'm going to kind of explain how I think that what I'm about to do.
now play up on my YouTube, internet, StreamYard, Restream, I mean, not StreamYard. Don't you do this to me? You know I hate.
So I had made a community post, I think, tagged the creator I'm about to mention in the describers on the scene. Someone had sent him my reading based off of a video that he did in the search for Sebastian.
Fuck's sake, why is it doing this?
Channel drawing that I did, line that he filmed himself searching. So I did say that I was going to play that video and do a reading, and I did, and the camera that I was using at the time, I know that you guys saw it glitching in a lot of videos. It was an iPhone that I had overhead that was filming. This is all playing in, so just hang with me for a second. It literally glitched the entire video to the point I didn't recognize it when I was doing the video, but when I watched it back, it was paused like 90% of the time. So I obviously did not upload that video, and
I swear to God, I hate this.
and then I was going to do the video and I got sick, and then stuff kept coming up. So I feel like what I was kind of being directed to see that I was failing to see was that I needed to approach the reading from a different angle. That's happened with other videos when I'm planning on going into it from one direction, and that's not the right direction to look at it. Kind of get either deleted or until I recognize, oh, okay, different approach. When I flipped over my Whispers deck, it was the Truth card on the bottom. So I feel like I'm going to not play that creator, but I'm going to check and see more generalized. Are we in the right area? Are we close? Is there anything we need to know to be able to locate him from that perspective? Yeah, so this is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not fact. Okay, so the creator Shrivers on the scene had found a location that
She says
matched the channel drawing that I did. Again, go check out that creator's video. I'll link that creator in the description with the video that I'm referring to. If Sebastian could give us 3 cards about that exact location that's in the video tagged below from Shrivers on the Scene in combination with my drawing. So could Sebastian confirm or deny if the drawing is a match for the scene that was found literally?
Very close.
Like the actual scene.
Very close, but I don't think it's a match.
Government in reverse.
I haven't seen it.
Treason in reverse, government in reverse, pattern repetition in reverse. I feel like pattern repetition in reverse makes me think it's something, either a similar location, but not that exact location. It may look the same, have the same features, but not be that exact one. Or it could be that we're close in proximity. But this makes me think of like land and ground, and the gentleman, the creator with the other video, was going back to the scene to dig, and the way ground is in this photo, it kind of makes me feel like not the right ground to be digging in. And then treason is reversed, so it's like this isn't the exact location that I was betrayed in or left in after a betrayal. So
no, but I think Silvers did touch on an area which I did watch. Watch that one, and it's literally just down the road from that building, and it's heavily wooded. There's lots of trees, and there's a stream, a creek, right? And there's a pull-off area where you can pull off into this area, and no cars would see you because you go down like a deep area. And you need to watch that video, right? I will link that video in the description when I upload it. Please go and click on the link, because that's an interesting one. And I watched that one first, and then I seen this one. I thought, oh, she's done one on the video, right? Part 5, whatever. And I thought, she's talking about another area. And this area is well hidden, hard to get into by foot. It really is quite hard to get into. So, and I think that's possibly the area they're on about.
what can we know about the location that Shrivers found versus where Sebastian is right now? 3 cards. Hidden network in reverse can be seen. Fired. Paper trail in reverse. Hidden network in reverse. hidden network in reverse would be something that can be seen. That can be seen, but that is not traveled often by people. So that goes back to the abandoned element of my drawing. Paper trail is reverse.
And that's the area in that video Silver's on the scene goes to. It can be seen, but it's not well travelled.
So paper trail being reversed is somewhere where it's a little bit harder to cover the trail of getting in and out to somewhere.
Yep.
But once you're in there, it's a lot more concealed.
Yeah.
So it's more, so from where Shriver's video was, we're looking in a location, or we're looking for a location. I almost want to say there's some risk in getting in and out, but once you're in, you're good, you can be seen. I don't know what that could mean. Maybe
there is a risk of going in, and there is a risk of coming out, because you've got to indicate to turn into it. And then when you come out, there could be a car coming up or down that road. You know what I mean? So there is a chance of that you could be seen going in, or a chance that you could be seen coming out.
What does that mean? Because fired makes me believe that there's a confirmation of that wasn't the exact right location, at least not where he is right now. Now, Shriver's and my do both believe that there was some movement since the initial placing of Sebastian where he was. So it's not that he was never at that location per se, but I don't believe that he's at that location right now, especially with the fired card. Paper trail in reverse. It feels like the reference that I'm getting is like if you're going into, and this is not literal at all, but the reference that I'm getting is like if you're going into a castle or something and you need to get past like the guards at the moat part, and then once you're in, you're like you won't be looked at. You've made it past the entryway. It feels like there's some risk into the location, but then once I'm in the location, I feel like I'm able to hide things better. If Sebastian could give us 3 cards to make that make sense, that's what I just said, what would they be? Some risk getting in. Frozen, preserved, in reverse. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, so in the reading that got glitched out that I didn't post, and I think I deleted it off of my shop. What did I get? Something about the potential of taking him out of ground and putting him in water now that the heat has died down in order to get him. How did I word it in that? I feel like I said something to the effect of if he was taken out of the ground and there was a nearby stream or river of some sort that emptied out into a bigger body of water. In the reading that didn't end up posting because it glitched. Frozen, preserved would be flowing, not stuck. Weapon in reverse. So weapon in reverse could be to conceal the manner of death. With this first initial search, heat has died down. If we can make it to a location to get him out of somewhere that's frozen or preserved, somewhere where if they search that area, they're going to find him because he's not moving, and get him into a place where it would be continuous or constant movement in order to hide evidence. And if he's in water long enough, it may be able to hide enough evidence that if he was eventually found, it could be seen as maybe he went into the water himself type of thing.
Yeah.
Last card. I owe you. Which is weird again because I wish I wouldn't have deleted that reading. But it was like literally paused the entire time. Literally paused the entire time would be being in ground. But now I'm doing another reading that's in flow. Use this deck. Actually, let me use this deck. Oh, I'm splitting to the Magician and the King of Wands. King of Wands would be passionate action. There was fire behind him. So I feel like the heat is right on my tail and I need to move you. I feel like the heat is right on my tail and I need to move you. 3 cards from Sebastian.
Area, I think he was moved. If she's correct in her readings, and they've moved him from there to this other area where Silvers has been, where there's a creek, flowing water, right? Then that area, I don't believe, has been searched. So there would be no worry about him being found in that area, unless they had to move him from that one area, which is on her drawing, because of the work commencing. Perhaps they was going to carry on doing the work there. So they had to move him from there to this other location.
Missing. Okay, so that's interesting. So we have the Hierophant here, and it's a mummy. I can't tell if it's better to have this on or off.
Have it off because you're getting a glare.
Put a little piece of tape over it. I don't know where my tape is. Anyway, it's a mummy, but he's out of his little coffin. So if a mummy preserved in the coffin, no way the mummy's moving. If the mummy taken out of the coffin, the mummy can be put into something else and move. So there's a reason that the mummy of the coffin. That feels significant.
Yeah.
And it's the moon, so it's by night when someone's not looking. Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands, this card, her eyeball is on the ground. So it's like I'm pretending like I don't see what's going on, or things are being concealed and hidden based off of my commands. See how she's holding the, almost like I feel like the heat has died down enough. It would be smarter for us to move him. I can't do it. You go do it type of thing. Allegedly, my opinion, no facts. 4 of Swords in reverse. Look, it's someone who's unresponsive on the ground with swords all around them, but it's in reverse. Was not moving. I feel like he's been moved into water. Let me do it this way. Okay, so the last reading kind of made me think that, but then again, because it was the thing got so messed up, and maybe that's why the reading's messed up, I feel like I wasn't asking the right questions. How do I ask the right questions here? If Sebastian could give us 6 cards, I'm going to do 2 rows of 3. To the question of what can we know about the potential of him initially being in the ground of some sort. I think I referenced red or brown, like dusty sand, and that's what Shriver's on the scene found at the scene that he was at. So it feels like too many facts firmed and lined up. I almost feel like him finding that location, because he's very adamant about watching and doing all he needs to do to find him. I feel like Sebastian may be trying to point him into the location of a body of water that would be near the location found. Maybe it goes past the location that's found. Okay, I didn't mean to dump all of them out, but this seems to be creating some kind of mapping here. Mapping. I think we need to be looking at bodies of water that are connected to or near the location that Shriver's found, and what bigger body of water they empty out into. All right, let's see what this
He's good.
does here. I feel like I need to grab a couple minis too.
Because this is definitely an area where he was looking. Has not been searched.
Okay, they're all in reverse, or they're all flipped down. So let's do the big ones first. Faked death, new life in reverse. So I do feel like that's a confirmation that he's no longer with us, which I feel like we pretty much suspect it anyway. AI in reverse, so real information. So a confirmation of him no longer being with us. Now, what do we need to know? Power supply in reverse. Power taken away from me, turned on. This is a windmill. Okay, so what's being referenced right now for me, which is interesting, is when the guys were outside working on the power pole outside of my house, and referencing to something that my boyfriend does for work, he was talking about how sometimes they take and they put the poles in the ground, and this is reverse. That's kind of what just got quick tied together, referenced in my mind, almost like a confirmation of yes being taken out of the ground. Okay, so like trying to think of how to say this without going into too much unnecessary information about power. So for certain jobs, they will have the entire pole replaced and put into or under the ground. And that's like the direction or redirection of energy, power, what have you. So in reverse, it's saying to me, in order to keep the power where the power is, aka not getting caught or found out, there was a need to take out of the ground what was put in the ground and make it so that that current is flowing in one direction or away from the source. That's kind of what that just referenced in my mind. Affair, cheating in reverse, which is interesting because in the reading that got messed up, I kind of got that 2 people were not on the same page about how to proceed with something, almost like at odds. But with that deck card that came out, it's like you owe me or have something holding over your, if you don't do what I think is best, I'm going to make it very difficult for you type of thing. Celebrity under faked death, new life. Oh, because everyone's talking about Sebastian. So I feel like this is a confirmation of who everyone is talking about in reference to this case is no longer with us. Male. Okay, confirmation, Sebastian. So it feels like these two cards and these clarifiers are going to be what's important here. Tied, kidnapped in reverse. My hands are not tied. I need to take some kind of action so that I'm not in a situation where I feel like he was somewhere that if they searched the land, they'd find him, and that freaked someone out. And when the heat died down enough, okay, let's move him. Tunnel underground on its side. I was in the ground. I'm no longer in the ground. Hopefully these little cards can confirm something about water. Travel. I said so he's moving and not stagnant or stuck. And also in the water, it's washing away the evidence or proof of what could have happened. And there's plausible deniability, like how did he get into the water? How can you prove it was someone putting him in there? Desert Mirage in reverse, so no longer in the ground. Movement trafficking in reverse. So it says stop trafficking, but in reverse. So in order to, trafficking would be movement. So stop movement in reverse, start movement, continuous movement. Stranger in reverse by someone that he knew. Angels, ancestors in reverse by someone that he knew that was not having his best interest. Inside a box, person's on a phone. Inside alive in reverse. Now I'm traveling. Now I'm in a state of movement. I was put in there by someone I know. I'm no longer someone's bad intentions. Inside alive in reverse. Confirm what that means, please. New World Order, one eye closed. Inside alive in reverse. Pretending not to see something. If we can just get him far enough away for long enough, then good, correct, in reverse, hidden network. Then we can remain hidden. Good, correct, in reverse. Is that saying I'm incorrect about something, or is that saying if we get him in the far enough away, then we can remain hidden? Revenge. It feels like if we get him in the water for long enough in a way that he can travel far enough away, then our secrets won't be revealed. Oh. Family in reverse. If we can get him in the water for long enough, far enough away, then our secrets won't be revealed. Family in reverse. Last two cards feel to be important. Blackmail paid off in reverse and hidden missing key. Blackmail paid off in reverse. Is it fair to say that between the two of them, the people who were in charge of Sebastian's care, it's almost like you did something messed up and I did something messed up, so we have no other choice to then continue to cover up for one another, because if we don't, then both of us are going down. Almost like not necessarily I have something over your head and you don't have it in mine.
so fucking right. Because we know for a fact that CP was being, how can I say this without having my channel stopped? We know for a fact CP was allegedly being ABUSIVE towards Sebastian, right? So Katie knew that. And then something's happened between Katie and Sebastian, so then Chris has stepped in to cover up for her. So she can't say what she knows on Chris because he'll say what he's got on her. I've always said that. They are covering, they've got something where they're on each other. They've got something on each other. And that is it. Oh my God, she's so good, this woman.
I'm using it against you. It's like we both did that. If we get one of us found out, we're both
Oh yeah.
assassination, murder for hire in reverse. Is it fair to say that each of them, allegedly, my opinion, had a role in what actually caused Sebastian to pass away? Life insurance and a yes.
Ooh.
So if they both had a role in what caused Sebastian to pass away, they both have a vested interest in figuring out how to make sure that he is not found, or that if he is found, there's as little evidence as possible as to what happened.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah.
Dismember.
If his body is found, no, it's just going to be bones. And if he's in water, it's not going to be the whole body because the water will wash the bones away. So the only way they can say it was an unaliving, an intentional unaliving or red room is if there's some sort of trauma, say they've got the skull. If there's some sort of trauma to the skull, right? Or some sort, say they have an arm bone and there's some sort of trauma that isn't natural. You wouldn't necessarily find that just by being in water. You know what I mean? If there's some sort of trauma to the body, the skeleton, that is the only way they can go for red rum. Otherwise, they can say, well, he's got lost, he's wounded off, he's found. Boom. You know what I mean? She's so good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just gotta go and get my coffee.
Below ground level, evil, demonic, in reverse. Dismemberment, below ground level, evil, demonic, in reverse. Dismemberment, pieces falling apart, below ground level. Is it fair to say that there's evidence that's buried somewhere? Almost like they moved him, but left something else that's blackmail paid off. Now it's upright. is it fair to say that one of them is hiding evidence that can be other if they turn on one another? Almost like they both did it. Like they didn't fully trust one another, so each of them got some kind of proof that's just enough about the other person that if you flip on me, I'm flipping on you. So we need to make sure that we're both not found out or we're both going down because we'll turn on each other. Witness in reverse. You got to pretend like you didn't see that. I got to pretend like I didn't see that. Because if anyone sees what we both know, we're both going down.
She's hitting it on the head all the time, isn't she?
What is it that she has on him and what he has on her?
Oh,
Down
yeah,
the rabbit hole on its side. So we're about to figure out what it is that's down there.
Yeah.
What does she have on him? Top secret in reverse, deep state, secret in reverse. Secret. What does she have on him? She knows his deepest secret, which is what? In reference to this case, distraction. Look at all the different directions of the arrows. She has some proof of him hiding him initially. No. If it's not proof of him hiding him initially, distraction.
It's proof of him.
She has proof of something that he lied about to police. What is it? Follow the money.
Ooh, follow the money. We always say that, follow the money.
She has proof about something that he lied about to police. Follow the money. Something about direction. What about direction does she have that could be provable against him in his role? Accomplice partner. What does she have about direction that could be used against him? Accomplice partner. Something about what he used in his part in this. PSYOP, political warfare. If you say it against me, I have something bigger against you. I feel like he could say something that would get the case completely solved and it would not look good for her. But he helped to cover something up so he knows that he can't say anything because he'll be just as guilty, even though technically more fault falls on her hands.
They're both going down.
Yeah. Acting in drama and routine habit typical in reverse. It's like typically you would have him to be the one that needs someone to cover for him, but it feels like she's the one that needs him to cover for her.
Yeah.
Psychic abilities, intuition on its side. Why is it on its side? Biology, chemistry, scientific in reverse. How could you harm someone in a fit of rage that wouldn't actually leave external visible signs of it? It's like a quick snapping of something. Quick snapping of something.
On somewhere on a YouTube channel, I say not long ago, but a while ago, that perhaps something had happened between Katie and Sebastian, right, which left a mark, which would mean if he went into school with it the next day, they would question them again about it. But because Chris isn't at home no more, it would fall onto the mother. So they'd be questioning her as to how did you get that mark? How did that happen? You know what I mean? I remember someone saying something like that a while ago.
Outside out in the open in reverse, something that would not leave external marks, but is done in a fit of rage. This isn't what I feel happened, but it's a reference I'm getting. You know how there's a certain way if you like hit somebody's nose up, and again, this is not literal, this is not what I think happened, this is just a reference. You know, there's like a way to like hit someone's nose up and then they instantly like pass quickly, or like it's like a non-savable thing, almost like something like that like hit just in the right way, that there was this didn't mean to do that, panic, you need to cover for me because I know things about you too, and then I get more proof of you helping me cover for something, so now you can't, and what I did accidentally is covered up. Allegedly, my opinion. If I'm on the right track, can I change the plans in reverse? So according to the plan. So okay, that was the confirmation. Can I have one of these cards that would be like, this means confirmation, signed Sebastian? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Taking something away. Taking something away. The Emperor. Taking something away. He took me away. So I said, can I have a confirmation after I said something happened, they covered for one another, because he had to, or is responsible for taking him and putting him somewhere. Taken away by the Emperor. If Sebastian could give us one card to explain what ultimately happened, just one card, not more than one. One card that would paint a scene. King of Cups in reverse of what really happened. So that would be manipulation. And Three of Pentacles is coming up behind it. Which is interesting because I said it's almost like somewhere where it's risky to get in or over the wall, but once you're in, you're fine. That's kind of what they're doing there. King of Cups has multiple people at the table, so I do feel like it's one person that caused the actual passing. King of Cups is reversed. I feel like it was him. The Sun in reverse, Ace of Wands, the World, Seven of Wands. A deal with the devil to complete a cycle, cover for one another, put it behind us. Ace of Wands, they're sitting at the table making some kind of deal, signing some kind of contract in the dark. We have to cover for one another, because if one of us goes down, we're both going down. Can I have one card to the effect of we need another, because if one of us goes down, we're both going down?
Correct.
Almost like from one to the other. Well, you can get a lot of time for what happened before the passing, and you can get a lot of time for the actual passing. So do we both want to go down, or do we want to cover for one another? This, allegedly, my opinion. Strength in reverse. A cowardice decision. Not taming my inner demons. And the Fool on the bottom. Two people on the card. The blind leading the blind here, it feels. Could I have one extremely direct confirmation if Sebastian has been taken out of the ground and put into some kind of water that connect, like a stream of water that connects to a bigger body of water, like empties out into a bigger body of water? Science experiment, trying to see if we can get away with this, getting rid of the rest of the evidence that would be on his person,
Yeah,
by having him not just sit in air or ground, but having him sit in something that's going to continuously rub away the evidence. Exposed, stalked, followed. Exposed. Exposed to the element that's going to wash away the most evidence. Didn't want to put him in there initially because didn't want him up anywhere. But now that amount of time, the weather's changing.
yep. And don't forget, they had, so they couldn't put him in, even though it washed him down. Perhaps they did. Perhaps it was Wireless Storms 1 that put him in the river. It would wash him down. And he's in the river in an area which had not been searched.
And no, they already checked this direction. It feels like wherever this body of water is emptying out into is a direction that they already thoroughly checked. Direction that they already thoroughly checked. Road distance journey, secret government program, rival competition in reverse. Somewhere where he will continue moving so that they are not able to find him. Can I have two cards that would confirm that we're on the right track here? And then we're going to wrap this up for now. I'm going to try and look into a couple other things, but I want to do a little research first. Political. Natural disaster unavoidable. Natural disaster unavoidable. Political. Political would be like the mindset here. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What's the foundation behind what I'm doing? Natural disaster unavoidable to me would be being out in the elements. It feels like the confirmation here is that the mindset of moving Sebastian into somewhere that's flowing is this time of year. The elements are eventually going to get to him and have him completely hidden.
The floods.
Or completely contract paperwork in reverse, so that neither of us have to sit down and make some kind of deal to avoid having to risk one of us potentially telling on the other if we put him somewhere where the elements get to him in such a way that there's space left if he is found, and we both know I can't turn on you and you can't turn on me. I don't know. I'm trying to like unpack the planning, but I can't really make sense of it other than feeling like the elements are going to get rid of anything that would implicate either of them. School. So it's like a formula on the board. If we move him from here to here and he's in here for this amount of time, anything that would have implicated them would be washed away.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. 2 cards to wrap it up. Private property. Yeah, it's like, okay. So I said it's risky to, there's some kind of risk to get to put, but then once you're there, you're fine. So the risk is maybe potentially being seen, moving him out of the ground and into the water. That would be the risky element, but then once he's in there, there's fine. This has to be like a fast moving water or something. Like it takes quick movement to get from point A into dumping out into a bigger body of water that's far enough away that they feel like he's not going to wash up anywhere.
I'll have to look on my maps tomorrow.
But the private property,
but that I'll show you that video that Silver's done. There is a sign. There's no sign saying private property or whatever. But you can drive your car down so far and it dips down. So from the roadway, and you said that road, the cars just speed down this road. Boom, boom. But at 3 o'clock in the morning or 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, it's pitch black, he said. There's no cars about. Right? But there is a possibility that when they drove out, they could get seen. Because they got to pull out onto the main road. And there could be a car just going to work somewhere. You know what I mean? So there's a possibility they could get seen. Now, when he went down there, he didn't go down in his car. He walked down there. And there is a sign saying cars, something like cars not to be taken past this point. Right? And what I could see was it was very thick with bushes and all that lot. So it wouldn't be easy getting in there into that area down by the river, the creek or whatever it is. Right? But once they're in there, it's going to be hard for anyone to find him. Especially if they went when the floods were on. Because it would be fast flowing water. Just listen to the end of this and then we'll be gone.
almost like if you that there's access through someone's yard that leads to like some big drop off that water and would not meet like a dam or anything that would stop the flow. Like if I put him in at this point, it's going to flow to this bigger body of water. But it's like in order to get to the point that definitely takes him to the bigger body of water, there's some risky act. Stranger in Reverse by someone I know.
And if it's that one word before.
All right, that's what I'm getting. I will look back into this as soon as I can.
That electric.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, so again, I'm willing to look into this again. But
Could be.
the water thing came out in the last
I
reading,
think,
and now it's coming out again in
Silver's
this reading. And I
I
think
was
in the
thinking
last
Silver.
reading, what I was doing was I was trying.
Big spot on there.
It didn't all the way make sense to me because I was getting this element of some kind of like risk to something, but I feel like the risk may be taking him out of where he was and putting him into some kind of flowing body of water.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of it in terms of like needing to access some kind of work site or something like that. But if he's already somewhere and that somewhere has that body of water, and in the drawing that I did have that there was a moving body of water. I think I said within a half mile.
Yep. There is.
Or where did I put that?
There is a moving body of water. And that is where Silver's went in this video, in this other video.
I think I said within a half mile. It feels like that body of water is significant because it feels like that's where he was ultimately put into after a certain amount of heat dying down.
And
okay, so that's all for now. Please remember, this is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinion, not facts. Talk to you soon.
Wow, well done. Right. Oh, little fucking right. Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong one and I took myself out of restream. Right. Now, in this video, which we'll watch tomorrow, Silvers goes there, but he doesn't go right down to the river because it is really quite bushy and quite hard to get through. Right. And there's animals around that area. There's possibly snakes, you know what I mean? But there is a stream or a river or whatever at the bottom. And it shows you it from the bridge. Right? It shows you from the bridge. There is water down there. Now, this place where we went is when we looked on the map, the road comes up, Nile Road comes up and bends. And he went in the daytime, right? And you got people who think it's a racing track whizzing past you. Right? So on the night time when there's hardly anyone there, they're just going to put their foot down, you know what I mean? So they're not going to notice you or a car being down in this dipped area. So the chances of them getting caught will be when they're moving in from that one place to the car to take them to the other area, which is 5 minutes down the road from them, if that. And then the problem would be getting him from the car then through the bushes and all that lot down to the river. But we will look at that tomorrow. Wondering how did CP know that SOT Silver's on the scene was looking at the one house and called door. Yeah, how did he know? How did he know? I've got that video. We can watch that one tomorrow as well. Right? He went there, I think, 3 times all in all. First 2 times he was on his own. So he didn't actually go in the house. He just walked around the area of it. But the one time he does go, he goes with his missus. Silver's on the scene too. and some other woman. And that's when law enforcement was called on him. So did they put Sebastian in there for a while? And then moved him from there to this other place. And then, because it's like on a construction area where they was building, they've had to move him again. But because of the floods they had, that was the ideal time to put him from there into the fast-flowing river, which by the time if anyone found him or whatever, it's going to be bone skeletal, right? There's going to be no proof of how he died unless, say, they find the head of skull or an arm and there's trauma to the head, which isn't natural. Or there's trauma to the arm, which is not natural. Which you wouldn't get just by falling into a body of water and being drowned. Right? So that's the only way they could build a case of red rum. I think he had someone watching his live. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. It does not surprise me that he had someone watching. Right? And they probably go, oh, CP, you want to log into this channel? He's been down at there. This is why he don't go live as well. He does videos. He never goes live. He'll do a video and then put the video out. Because by the time he's done the video, done the editing, whatever he's got to do, and put the video out, it's like a day, 2 days. Alright, all depends how much time he has between doing the video, his work, his 9 to 5 job, and everything else. So yeah. But that, I don't know if that was alive. That must have been alive if he had police call him. Right. Unless he saw his car there. Right. Because don't forget, that house is directly just across the road from Yogi Bear. So unless he saw his car there, he'd know what car he's got. He'd have done all those checks by now. By then. And he knew Silver's on the scene was the only one who was out there continuously, boots on the ground. No one else was out there by then. Because they warned everyone else off. They'd harassed them, threatened them, stalked them. You know what I mean? Paid them off. And so they all backed off. The only one who would never take a bribe, would never take a threat, is Silvers. Because it's sort of like, if I'm like that, it's like, if I was out down there, boots on the ground, and I got some threats or harassment, I go, oh, I'm getting close, am I? Am I getting close? That just piqued my attention a bit more. What are you trying to hide? That would be my way of thinking if I was boots on the ground and someone was trying to harass me. I'm going, what are you trying to hide? And it gives me more ammunition, more determination to get out there and look. So, anyway, I have been on here nearly 3 hours, so it's a long evening tonight. Thank you for being here with me. And I will be back tomorrow night, and I'll mark it up as part 2. Because tomorrow night will be a continuation for night. Okay? And we'll look at the one video that comes after, that I wanted to show after this one, but it's too long. We'll look at that one first, and then we'll look at the one where he's walking around that house. So he don't do lives, he only does videos. So the only way CP would know he was there is if he's got somehow managed to see his car there, find out it was his car, right? Perhaps he's got contacts in law enforcement who would do a registration check and then report him. But he didn't get in trouble. You'll find that out tomorrow when I play that video. So credit to the Reckoning Co, and credit to Silver's on the scene, because that woman, she is spot on with what she's saying about the case. Spot on with those cards when she's reading her cards. As I said, there's a few people I will entertain. And one is Sarah, one is, I think the other one's Tara. Sarah, Tara, Kylie, obviously. This lady, and who else? Reverend Donna Serafina. Right. Then I think there's one more. But I can't think what it's called now. What her channel's called. Another Realm. That was it. Another Realm. Then there's Sarah. I can't think of her one. Reverend Donna Serafina. Kylie. Because Kylie's the only one I'll play Spirit Box on. I'll only ever play Kylie's Spirit Box sessions. I won't play anyone else's. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, everyone. Thank you for being here again. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of this work. And I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, stay safe.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built